In today's class, I'm going to continue similarity transformations. The standard is geometry m dot z dot srt dot a dot o2. Purpose of the day. I want you to read. Well, so let me read it again for you. I will focus on the orientation of the similar figures. I will learn to solve the real world scenarios based on similarity. It's a quick recap of similarity. What is similarity? If two geometrical objects are called similar, my apologies, two geometrical objects are called similar if they both have the same shape. More precisely, one can be obtained from the other by uniformly scaling. In my previous class also I have given the same example. If you take a BMW car model in a toy store, you see exactly the same as the real BMW car that you see on the roads. The difference is the one which you get in the toy store is pretty small. So by scaling, we get the model. Please remember, whenever you see two polygons, let it be triangles, quadrilaterals, pentagon, hexagon, whatever it may be. So two polygons are similar if corresponding angles are congruent and the lengths of corresponding sides are in proportion. Of course, we call them a scale factor. Next criteria, the same thing again I'm repeating. If two triangles are to be similar, the shape should be same. The corresponding sides should be in proportional. Then only the polygons will be similar. Here I'm talking about the triangles. When it comes to polygons, the rules are the same. Same shape, congruent corresponding angles. Here you see that 5 angles are given. All the 5 angles are equal to the corresponding angles of the other polygon. Next, proportional corresponding sides. Well, so let's do some problems. I'm back on my whiteboard. So let's switch to the full screen mode. Okay, here the first question is, given quadrilaterals PQR is similar to, please remember the symbol of similarity is, let me highlight that. Okay, this is the symbol of similarity. So given quadrilateral PQR is similar to TUVW, write a proportion to find the length of PS. Friends, mainly while writing the proportion, you have to take the letters in the same order. Here I see that the first two letters are P and Q. Therefore, my bad. Okay. Let me write the condition always. That is, if two polygons are similar, then the corresponding sides are proportional. This is the key point. Now, the first one is if I take PQ, the first two letters, and I have to take first two letters of the other polygon, which is TU, and second and third letters of my first polygon, I'm taking QR over the second and third letters of the second polygon, that is UV, equals to then second, third, then third and fourth, that is RS here, RS over VW, VW. There are four sides, but I got only three here. Then let me take the first letter and the fourth letter, which is a PS. PS over then the first letter and the last one, which is a TW. These are in proportion. Now, let me plug in the values. I see that PQ is not given, so let me write the same. And TU is also not given, so let me write TU because I don't know the values. Next, QR is given. This is also not given, so QR. And next, UV, yeah, it's given 20 units here, equals to RS. So RS, you see that it is 35 units, and VW, it's given as 25. Then PS, I see that X here, and TW it is 15. Okay. Then now the question is find the value of PS. So let me highlight the question part. Find the length of PS. So I see that PS is here. So I have to take this fraction, and now can I take PQ over TU? Means obviously no, because we don't have any values. And QR over 20, this is also incompleted. Then 35 over 25, yes. In my previous class, I discussed that you go for cross multiplication. When you go for cross multiplication, is 35 times 15 equals to 25 times x. To isolate x, you have to divide it by 25 and here 25. So 25 gets cancelled. Grab a calculator. Without calculator, I'm working here. So 105 over 2 or maybe 52.5. You can make use of calculator to get the answer. So here, once the key point is when the proportion is given, remember that the sides are proportional. When polygons are given that similar, then you have to write the sides that are proportional, and you have to identify which sides are proportional. So let me take one more example really quick. Then if two polygons are similar, then the corresponding sides are proportional. Actually, whenever two polygons are given similar, then the corresponding sides are proportional. This point, every time I recommend to write again and again. So here, I see that triangle IJK, this is taken from here, is similar to triangle LMN. So the first two letters of my first triangle, that is IJ over the first two letters, that is LM, equals to second and third, which is JK over second and third, which is MN. Okay. My first letter and third letter, which is IK over first and third letters LN. So I have taken all the three sides of both the triangles. Now let's plug in the values here. ij, you can see that it is x over, and the corresponding side is lm. I see that here it is 28. jk is 54 over mn. mn, I see that it is 42. Ik is given as y. Then ik over ln. ln is given as 35. Now here you are asked to find both the value of x and y. So let me move here. Yeah, so let me do these calculations here. So once again, I'm copying the same values. I'm copying the same values like let me copy this part. Instead of writing again, I prefer the, okay, let me copy it here. Well, so observe carefully that I'm going to make this one into two parts. The first part is x over 28. So here x is unknown value of the fraction and equals to 54 over 42. And the second part is 54 over 42. So here numerator and denominator, I know both the values, and in the other fraction y over 35, y is the unknown value here. So I'm taking, please notice that one fraction, I know both the numerator and denominator. The other fraction, one of them is missing, that is the numerator here. Now, in my previous classes, I told you that you go for cross multiplication. So that you get the answer. So here it is 42 times x equals to 28 times 54. Then you know how to eliminate 42 in order to isolate x. So the inverse operation is division. So x equals to, I'm pausing here. I want you to use your calculator and try it. Well, you should get x is 36, and here again I'm going for cross multiplication. Then it is 54 times 35 equals to 42 times y. Next step, as you know that we have to divide by 42 on both the sides. Then use your calculator and compute what's the value of y is. Yes, it is 45. So the value of x is 36, the value of y is 45. You know, when it comes to testing, sometimes to trick the order may be changed, like x is 45 and y is 36 is given. So you have to be careful while answering. Well, if a 36-inch yardstick casts a 21-foot shadow, how tall is a building whose shadow is 168 feet? Draw a picture with two similar polygons. So I'm not really good at drawing. So let me try to draw a good, big, tall building. So here you see that a yardstick. Now let's write the measurements here. A 36-inch yardstick. Therefore, this is 36-inch tall yardstick. It is casting a shadow of 21-foot shadow. And how tall is the building whose shadow is 168 feet? So you know the shadow falls on the ground. So this is 168. Wow! Look at the question here. If you want to find the height of a tall building. In fact, you need not go all the way to the top of the building to check how tall is the building is. But instead of that, if you have a yardstick and you can measure the length of the shadow of the yardstick and you can measure the length of the building on the ground so that you can find the height of the building. This is one of the application of the similarity. So let me label both the triangles as A, B, C. Next, this one is P, Q, R. At a given time, the sun rays falls at a particular angle. Both the triangles are vertical or perpendicular to the ground. Therefore, I can say that here 90 degrees equals to 90 degrees, right? Then these two are perpendicular to the ground, therefore 90 equals 90. And at a given time, the angle of the rays the same. Therefore, by double A similarity, first of all, these two triangles are similar. If these two are similar, I can say that AB, so I'm taking AB and the corresponding side of triangle PQR, that is PQ equals to, if I take BC, then the corresponding side is QR here, QR here. Oops. Okay, let me undo it. This is QR. Now let's plug in the values. AB is 36, PQ is not known, BC is 21 feet, and the corresponding side of BC is QR, which is 168. In my previous problems, I already explained that you think of going for cross multiplication to solve the value of x. Therefore, it is 36 times 168 equals to 21 times x. To isolate x, we have to go for the inverse operation. So division by 21 on both the sides. So 21 and 21 gets cancelled. Now grab your calculator, do the calculations, and check what the answer is. Awesome. The answer is 288. We are measuring in terms of feet, therefore the height of the building is 288 feet. The next question is, Sam wants to enlarge a triangle with sides 3, 6 and 6 inches. If the shortest side of the new triangle is 13 inches, how long will the other two sides be? When you have to enlarge, like I'm planning to buy a house. It's a story. So I'm planning to go for a new house. So an architect came and then he suggested something. But when it comes to planning of the building, once if the construction is over, if I want to make any modifications, that's not possible. So with clay and plaster of Paris, they make a model house and they show that, hey, this is how your house is going to look like. Then if I say okay, then they go for actual construction. Otherwise, if I want to make any changes, this is made of clay. It won't cost much. So then I can suggest my whatever I want, my requirements, then I can ask them, then they can make changes in the clay model, then they enlarge for the actual building. Now here is also that kind of scenario is given. Always in word problems, I personally feel that you draw the diagrams. I see that two sides are equal, so that's the reason I'm taking an isosceles triangle. Let's take a larger triangle here and say that Sam wants to enlarge a triangle with 3, 6 and 6. So let me number them as this one is the shortest one is 3. The other two sides are 6 and 6 units. Here 6 inches. 3, 6 and 6 inches. If the shortest side of the new triangle is 13 inches, I see that the base is the shortest one, which is 13, and the other two sides are not given. Okay, then let's label both the triangles. So my first triangle, let's say that it is A, B, C, and the second triangle is P, Q, R. Okay, you know, when these two triangles are similar, once when you enlarge, I hope you remember the dilation properties. These two figures are similar. These two figures are similar. Therefore, let me write that if two polygons are similar, polygons are similar, then the sides are proportional. I like to write this condition again and again so that I may not forget. So here I'm taking AB and the corresponding side is PQ. Therefore, AB over PQ equals to BC. BC is here, and the corresponding side is that it is QR equal to the third side, which is AC, and the third side is here PR. Now let's plug in the values here. AB, that is given as 6. PQ is not known, so let's assume that as X. BC is 3 units. QR is 13 units. AC is 6 units, 6 inches. PR is not known. You know, here the value of AB, the value of AB and AC, these two are equal. So PQ and PR should be equal. That's the reason I'm taking once again X. You can take, as I told you before, you take a fraction with one unknown value and the other fraction with known values. Here in the second fraction, I know both the numerator and denominator. Therefore, let's go for cross multiplication, and I want you to figure it out what's the value of x. So now it's your turn to compute the value of x. Well, now let me show the calculation part. Here x times 3 equals to 6 times 13. You know how to eliminate 3 so that x is isolated. So division by 3 on both the sides. The value of x is 2 times 13. That gives me 26. So this is 26 units. Therefore, if this one is 26, the length of PQ, if it is 26 units, obviously PR is also going to be 26 because it is an isosceles triangle. Okay, let's go to the next problem. It is almost similar to the previous questions. First of all, the orientation of these two triangles are different. So you may have to rotate triangle XYZ, or you may have to rotate triangle ACB or ABC. But here it's already given that triangle ABC similar to XYZ. So we have to take the order. Don't forget, I prefer to write, I told you before, every time this point. If two polygons are similar, then The sides are proportional. Sides are proportional. I strongly recommend you to write every time again and again so that you may not forget. So the sides are proportional means, let me take the first two letters, which is AB here, and the first two letters of the other triangle, it is XY. And second and third, which is BC here, and second and third, that is YZ, equals to first and third, which is AC, and the other triangle XC. Therefore, AC over XC. Now plug in the values whatever you are having from the diagram. So AB is given as 50 units. XY, from the diagram I see that it is X. BC is given as 40 units. YZ is given as 20 units. AC is not given. XC is also not given. So I see that here there's nothing to do with AC and XC because we don't know and it is not necessary in our problem. Now the other two fractions, I see that two fractions, two numerators, two denominators. So out of 4, 1 is missing. So you know how to figure it out. The value of X. Now I want you to compute on your own. Find the value of X. Now I'll show the working part how to get the value of X. If you go for cross multiplication, 40 times X equals to 50 times 20, then to isolate X, divide by 40. The value of X is 2 2's. It's going to be 25 units. Whatever the units are given, here no units are given, so X equals 25. Now let's go to the next one. The next problem is, this question is slightly tricky. I see that triangle JKL, okay? So it is JKL is here. So let me use my red pen. So this is triangle JKL. And the other triangle is, it is a GKH. It is, it is GKH. Therefore, I see G here. Ooh. Then K here, then H is here. Oh, so initially thought there is only one triangle, but I see that two triangles here, right? And let me take my pen. So I see that triangle JKL and GKH are similar. Therefore, let me write the point once again. If two polygons are similar, then the sides are proportional. Therefore, first two letters JK over first two letters GK equals to second and third KL, second and third, that is KH, equals to first and third letters, that is JL and GH. Now let's plug in the values. JK is given that, it is 4 and it is 6. So together 4 plus 6, that makes 10 units. GK is 6 units. KL, I see that not known. KL. KH is also not known. JL, I see that 15 units here, and I see that GH is X units here. Now, in these ratios, I see that the second fraction KL and KH, there's nothing to do with this one. So just I am cancelling this one out. Then I'm left with 10 over 6 equals to, that is 10 over 6 equals to 15 over x. Now it's your turn to find out what's the value of x is. Start working on it. Grab a paper and pencil and compute the value of x. Now I will explain how to find and what's the answer. So you go for cross multiplication, which is 10 times x equals to 15 times 6. That gives me 90. You know how to eliminate 10 to isolate x. So division by 10 on both the sides. So 15 times 6, I know that gives me 90. 90 over 10, that's 9. So the value of x equals to 9. Okay. Next problem, which is similar to the previous one. So I see that triangle ABC similar to triangle ADE. Triangle ABC similar to triangle ADE. Again, I'm repeating this point because I don't want you to forget this point. If two polygons are similar, then what? Then the sides are proportional. Therefore, let me take the first two letters and first two letters. So, which is AB over AD, second and third letter and second and third. Here that is BC and DE. So, BC and DE. First and third, AC here, first and third, that is AE. Therefore, it is AC over AE. Now plug in the values. So AB, I see that it is 3 units. Next AD, I see that it is AD is Y. Equals to BC. Where is BC? Oh, it is 5 here. And DE, I see that it is 12.5. Equals to AC, I see that 4 units here, and AE, I see that X units. Right. So here you have to figure out two values, X value and Y value. So I know that in this fraction, the numerator and denominator both are given. So this should be used to find X value and Y value. So my first proportion is 3 over Y equals to 5 over 12.5. Then the second one is 5 over 12.5. So I'm taking the known fraction, the numerator and denominator, 4 over x. Here x is unknown. Now, several times I told you that at this point you have to go for cross multiplication, and I want you to try the value of I want you to try to find the value of x and y. So I'm leaving this problem for you to do it. So find out what's the value of x and what's the value of y is. You should get the value of x. You should get the value of x equals to 10 and the value of y equals to 7.5. Okay, now the last question for the day is a flagpole casts a shadow 28 feet long. A person standing nearby casts a shadow 8 feet long. If the person is 6 feet tall, how tall is the flagpole? Well, here I'm taking a diagram. This one is taken from Google Images. So here a flagpole casts 28 feet long shadow. So here the shadow of the flagpole is 28 feet. A person standing nearby casts a shadow of 8 feet long. So here the shadow of the person is 8 feet. If the person is 6 feet tall, so here the height of the person, it is 6 feet. And what is the height of the flagpole? How tall the flagpole is? Again, I'm writing the same point, that is, if two polygons are similar, I don't want you to forget. That's the reason I'm writing again and again. If two polygons are similar, then the sides are proportional. The sides are proportional. So let me label these two triangles as ABC, and the person is PQR. Therefore, AB over PQ. Don't forget to take, see, I'm taking AB here and PQ here. Don't forget to take the corresponding sides. Equals to BC, PC over QR. BC over QR equals to, the third one is AC and PR. That is AC over PR. And now plug in the values. AB is not known. PQ is 6 feet. BC is 28. And QR is 8. Equals to, AC value is not known. PR value is not known. As you know that here AC and AC over PR, we don't know, and it is not required for our calculations. Now, several times I told that at this point you have to go for cross multiplication. So now it's your turn to do the calculations. Then you may compute. Well, so let's see whether you got the correct answer or not. At this point, we take x times 8, that is the cross multiplication, 6 times 28. So to isolate x, we go for inverse operation, so that is division of 8 on both the sides. X value is 6 times 28 over 8. So let me compute 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 4 times 7. You should get x is 21. So just finding the value of x is not sufficient. You should know what x stands for. All of us know that x means here, x represents, the value of x represents, that is the height of the pole. The height of the pole Therefore, the pole height, the flagpole height is 21, and it's given that in feet, right? So the units are given as in feet. Therefore, 21 feet. That's it.